Thanks, Brian. I feel like I should be pointing this way, so forgive my side. Thank you very much, Brian. It really is a pleasure to be here today in Collingwood and the opportunity to join you for some exciting news. On behalf of Premier Ford and our entire government, I would like to begin by thanking all the staff and leadership here at Collingwood General Marine Hospital for your tremendous efforts to provide high-quality care to communities in the South Georgian Bay region, especially dealing with the current pressures of the COVID-19 pandemic, combined with the current challenges of influenza and RSV. And we can't thank you enough for making an important impact on people's lives each and every day, your friends, your neighbors, your community. Today, I am very pleased to announce additional steps to improve access to care right here in South Georgian Bay and across Ontario. Our government is investing over $20 million to support the addition of 27 new MRI machines in hospitals across Ontario. This funding will allow patients, including those in small and rural communities, to receive necessary and critical diagnostic imaging closer to home. And for Collingwood General and Marine Hospital, this investment will provide the funding needed to operate your very own, very first MRI. Several other hospitals in small and rural communities across Ontario will also receive funding to operate their first MRI machine. This funding will provide closer and more convenient access to diagnostic imaging for local patients. And I don't need to tell the healthcare professionals in this room what it means to have access to that information here so that you don't have patients traveling in areas and communities that aren't always as easy to travail. With more MRI services throughout the province, patients can be diagnosed faster and, if needed, begin treatment and follow-up care even sooner. This investment is another way our government is ensuring Ontario hospitals have the funding and technology they need to continue delivering world-class care. Thank you again to Collingwood General and Marine Hospital and all hospitals across Ontario, as well as the MRI technicians and imaging professionals across Ontario for your incredible dedication to providing Ontario patients with exceptional care. Our government will continue to work with you and our health partners to ensure our healthcare workers have the tools and resources they need now and into the future, and to continue building a stronger and more convenient healthcare system centered on the needs of patients and families. Thank you. Stay well. I'd now like to invite Michael Lacroix to say a few words on behalf of Collingwood General.
So what an exciting day this is for the Collingwood General Marine Hospital and for the communities that we serve. Today's announcement for an MRI service at our hospital will result in local access to what is widely considered the gold standard in diagnostic imaging. Having an MRI scanner located here at the Collingwood General Marine Hospital will enable us to do our part to reduce MRI wait times across our region and across the province, while reducing the travel burden that our patients and their caregivers experience who currently travel outside of our region for this quite important service. On behalf of small and medium-sized hospitals who are receiving similar news today, we applaud the Ministry of Health and the Province of Ontario for recognizing the importance of siting new MRI scanners in smaller communities such as ours, resulting in expanding access to this much-needed service across our province and for bringing care closer to home. I'd like to personally thank the Honourable Sylvia Jones, Deputy Premier and Minister of Health, for the approval of an MRI service here at the Collingwood General Marine Hospital and for coming to Collingwood today to make this important announcement. I'd also like to thank our MPP Brian Saunderson for his unwavering commitment and support to the Collingwood General Marine Hospital. I'd also like to recognize and thank our municipalities. I know a number of our mayors are present here today. I want to thank them for their unanimous support letters that helped inform our business case earlier this year for an MRI scanner. Here in South Georgian Bay, we serve some of the fastest growing communities, not only in the province, but across Canada. And although our journey to build a new state-of-the-art hospital to address this high growth and our aged infrastructure is still a few years away from becoming a reality, it's announcements like today's that provide us with the ability to expand and modernize services and enables our hospital, through the support of our foundation and our generous donors, to continue to provide exemplary service through using the state-of-the-art equipment and technology, moving us closer to delivering on our vision to provide outstanding care for life. Again, thank you, Minister of Health Jones, for this exciting announcement and for joining us here in Collingwood today. At this time, I will hand things back to the Health Minister to field any questions you may have. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone. We'll now begin to take questions from the media. If media want to line up behind me, behind this scrum mic, as a friendly reminder, the format is one question, one follow-up.
Good morning, Minister. We learned this weekend of a 4-year-old Simcoe boy who was flown from their home 350 kilometers to Kingston, Ontario, to receive treatment for sickness due to Hamilton and London, their closest hospitals, being at capacity. What are you telling families and what are you doing about this so that we can ensure this is never happening again?
Well, you know, it's frankly an example of how our hospitals are working together. So when we have high numbers of pediatric patients, primarily because of the virus season that we are experiencing this winter, we have the opportunity through air ambulance, Orange, to make sure that where there is capacity within the Ontario health system, we get that access to the patient as quickly as possible. Look, I get it. It's not ideal as a family to have a child that far away, but it is also important to appreciate that by doing that air transport, that child was able to be assessed and treated sooner.
And Minister, there's been long-standing talk here within this community about the possibility of building a new hospital for Collingwood. Where do talks stand on that from the province and the municipality, and where are we in that timeline?
Yes, a great question, an important question here. We and the ministry are awaiting a proposal that is coming forward from Collingwood General Marine Hospital, expecting in the next few months. But I want to be clear, you know, our government and Premier Ford has made it very apparent that we will be investing in community hospitals. We've made many, many examples. In the current pathway, we have over 50 different hospital plans and projects, whether it is a new hospital build, an expansion, or a renovation. So we've made that commitment through our capital process, and we will continue to have those conversations with Collingwood because we understand that there's a lot of excitement about making sure that we continue to offer high-quality care here in South Georgian Bay.
Minister, this investment in MRIs, are you investing in the actual MRI machines as well as the operating costs, or just the operating costs?
It's the annualized operating costs.
So the MRIs are left for the hospital foundation to
As
pay for?
As with most hospital equipment, the actual purchase lies with the foundation and the community, and I am sure with the support that we see here in the room and the appreciation of what an MRI will do for patients accessing care, that it will be a welcome news to have that annual operating dollars.
Morning, Minister. It's Erica from Collingwood today. Just wondering the timeline on when this sort of thing will come down the pipe, when they'll get the funding, when they can open.
So the announcements today are the commitment of $20 million over for 27 MRIs across Ontario. And as soon as those machines are in place, there is a commitment from the province of Ontario to fund them.
For in perpetuity?
As long as they are operating, yes.
Okay. You don't get to replace them every 5 years or so?
Yeah, that's a clinical conversation.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Minister. That includes our media availability. I think we're going to try to take a group photo. So if you could just stay at the podium.
Thank you.
And we'll have our photo taken. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.